Hi guys, girls. Just thought I might bring you up to date with all the happenings on my Dodge WC52 weapons carrier. As you can see, there's a whole lot of it missing, which is great because it means that I can actually get to my truck and out again without skewering myself onto the side of it. Toolbox, the toolbox compartment, toolbox bay, container, whatever you want to call it. That's the other one, which I'm in the process of trying to remove. And you can see she's all gone, and that all that's left now are the what do you call them? Cross beams, cross members, of which there should be 5. So if I show you this one here, the first 2, one's got a little bit of red oxide on it. That's your first 2 cross members, and you got this one here, which is a little bit on the flimsy side, and is seriously twisted as well, I would imagine, from people climbing in and out of it. Then you've got this weird ass looking fuel tank in bright yellow, canary yellow, so that it's hard to miss. That is not obviously an original fuel tank. Wartime fuel tanks were a little bit easier on the eye, a bit softer, had contours. This thing's just a great big box with a tube sticking out of it. So but that's fine. It does what it's supposed to do. So until I can get hold of a new fuel tank or a period fuel tank, that one's just going to have to do for the moment. Here's another cross member as well, which shouldn't be there. You can tell because if you zoom in, you can see the hatchet job that old Farmer Joe has done to weld it into place. There's no way this truck would roll off the production line with a weld like that. You can just tell it's just bogus. So that cross member is going to be cut out. You can see the traces of another cross member that used to hold the fuel tank in situ. I've also cut that out. There's another one of those shonky welds that Farmer Joe's done, bless his cotton socks. And then you've got these cross members here, cross beams. These are original ones as well. A little bit more red oxide there because I've been trying to get rid of the welds that my mate has done to keep the toolboxes in situ. And then you've got the one at the very back, which is basically where the, what do they call it? Well, basically the lid that comes back anyway. I can't think of the word. It's too early in the morning. It's freezing damn cold here, so my brain hasn't kicked into gear. But anyway, it's your tailgate. That's right. Duh, got there in the end. So that's where the tailgate would go. Today, I am going to try and remove the remaining toolbox, which would have been a fairly simple affair if it hadn't been for the fact that Farmer Joe, I'm going to mention Farmer Joe a lot because he was obviously obsessed with his welder, and like if he could have welded the piston shut, he probably would have done. He's just welded everything, and these toolboxes are actually bolted to these cross members. You can see the holes, see all of these little holes? They were bolted to the cross beams to hold them in place when you're bouncing up and down, trying to run over Germans in the French countryside. So he's obviously, for some reason, he's taken the bolts out, the bolts have rusted, and what he's done, rather than just go down to a hardware store and find some bolts, he's decided he's going to weld it. Bless his cotton socks. Glad I don't know him now, I'd be giving him a mouthful. But that's, this is what people did in days of old when they bought these old things. They just drove them into the ground and put patches on them and, taped things together, wired things together, welded things together, and that's what he's done with this toolbox. So I've got to go across these beams here, and I've got to cut the welds out where he's welded them underneath, which is going to be a really good job. I'm going to enjoy that, and so's my lungs. If I could give anyone a piece of advice about this kind of work, it is filthy, dirty, dusty, grimy. For God's sakes, you see that thing over there? That is a mask. Get them. Get lots of masks. Wear lots of masks. However annoying it is, if you manage to make it through COVID, wearing a mask whilst you're doing this is going to be child's play, and it's good for your lungs. And also, where are my goggles? You need to wear goggles. Suit up, tool up, make sure you're safe, because I've had to have about 3 splinters removed from my eyes, and your eyes are precious. So for God's sakes, be careful. Anyway, now that lecture's over and done with, here's another example of Farmer Joe's exceptional welding skills. That thing there, would you believe, is, well, it's what that should be. So these are like the brackets, the braces that the leaf springs go onto. This is, somebody sold this to me for like about 15, 20 bucks. It's an original one, although he has when he tried to get it off the chassis, he's hacked some of the mounting points a bit, but it's still better than nothing, and it's got to be better than this aberration, whatever it is, I don't know, but it is just so ugly. So I'm going to have to get that off at some stage. Anyway, guys and girls, that's about it for now. I'd love to give you action videos, but I still haven't figured out how to do that, and I don't have tripods and all the other gear that goes with it. So it's just going to be a simple case of me on a mobile phone scanning this old wreck. Stay safe, guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll keep you posted. Bye.